Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Luis, coming to you from This Old Vape Shop, and on this week's Kings of Vape Town, I have our guest right here, and his name is
Conor Mums.
You guys know Conor. If you guys don't, Conor is from Mums Fantasy Factory, right?
Correct. Mums Fantasy Factory, Mums Vapes, Mums Elixir, everything Mums.
Everything Mums, you make it,
Yep.
or have been a part of making it at least. No, you've made it.
No, it's still me.
Yeah?
Yep.
All of it?
Yep.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So let's see. What do we talk about today? So we can just get into it. So tell me a little bit about this whole thing you got going on with Fantasy Factory, man.
Well, we decided to join forces.
Oh,
Me and
that says Mama. Should we answer that? You're in trouble.
Hi, Mom. We decided to open up a shop, and our main focus was going to be vape accessories and things like that.
Right.
And we started off with billet box panels, and they really took a liking. I saw a void in the market. They weren't making colored G10, which is the stock material.
Yeah.
And so I went on and ordered different colors and different options and put different tool paths and patterns on them, and they sold like wildfire.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
And they've been pretty popular. I mean, you're selling them all over the world, pretty much, aren't you?
Yeah. We're all over the world. I would say 60% of our business actually on those is out of the United States, which is really cool. We have a big thing going on in Vietnam, actually, which blows my mind, you know.
They're buying them from Vietnam.
Yeah, like 50 sets at a time.
No shit.
Yeah.
And are those that one person, or are they retailing them?
Good question.
You don't know.
I don't speak Vietnamese.
No shit. So
Yeah.
they just order it and boom.
I believe he owns a few shops or something of that nature.
So they vape in Vietnam.
Big time.
Really?
Big time.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We think it's so insular to
Right.
the United States,
Right.
but it's all over the place.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So with the G10 panels, I mean, that took a while to get going and get doing. I mean, it seems like you were just juice manufacturing before, right?
Well, I mean, I was building mods before vaping with Twisted 420. Put my SXJ 350 in his top 5 devices for 2015. I had a few more reviews before that. I started playing around. I needed an investor. I found a good guy named Grant and his dad Rex, and went into business with them with this idea, and it has budded into something much more bigger and beautiful. And man, we hit the ground running, and we just hired another machinist today, so hopefully we'll be doing 2 shifts, running the mill 16 hours a day, and maybe start making some money.
That would be nice.
It would.
It's always nice.
It would.
Speaking of making some money, now you have more time to make money because the new FDA information that came out. What do you think about that?
I was really impressed about how they're kind of accepting electronic cigarettes as a safer means, and
Right.
also starting to really ridicule tobacco and cigarettes, and talking about lessening the actual nicotine that are in cigarettes. The 5-year extension is good.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Monday. You probably see about 10 new juice lines drop. But I think it's a breath of fresh air. I think in the industry, with the feuding and the fighting that's going on, I'm glad that the trade shows and the vape shows, the scene is love, and it's starting to bring back and pop with attendance and actually some following. We're going to Vape Showcase in Houston.
Nice. When is that?
It is September 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
We'll be in the Modders Gallery. We'll have Mom's Elixir and Cream products as well. Not in the Modders Gallery, but I'm going to sit and rub elbows with Geppetto and Alex from Peon, and
So they got you in that upper echelon shit now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I don't know. I still can't believe it, man.
That's crazy,
I
dude.
still can't believe it, but hard work pays off. I bust my ass. I worked 70 hours this week.
Right.
70 hours a week before, and
You've always been hustling. You've always been pushing your product left and right.
yeah. Well, the only person that's going to cause me to fail is me,
Yeah.
and putting obstacles in between myself. I'm chasing my dream, and I love it.
That's good, dude. That's good.
I love it.
So I'm thinking, they were talking about lowering the nicotine in cigarettes. Like, I don't know to me that was kind of a weird off comment because I'm not sure that the nicotine is the issue. I think it's all the other crap. I mean, are they actually getting addicted to the nicotine, or are they addicted to the chemical reaction that happens inside of the cigarette with all the extra shit they add into it?
Well, I know from my own experience, I was more addicted to all the bullshit in it,
right?
To the point of feeling not quite right, sick, from probably just detoxing from all the chemicals and metals and tar and everything else that's pumped into the body.
Yeah.
People don't understand is a cigarette is not just tobacco inside that. They grind that tobacco up, soak it in a solution to make it extra potent, add a bunch of bullshit, and then stuff it in the paper. Excuse my language.
This. No, that's fine. Right. It's completely free range here, just so you know.
All right. I like that.
100% free range.
I'm a no-filter type of guy.
You are a no-filter kind of the guy sometimes, man. Yeah. But that's good. I think that's all of us in this community.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us in this community are, some of us are more quiet, but still speak. But either way, we all kind of voice our opinions, which is kind of
definitely cool. Which has been kind of hard with the FDA,
Right.
When we first got the news, I was actually sitting with Luis and at an advocacy group, and I mean it's kind of heartbreaking, the thing that you're passionate about and you throw yourself into, and you're trying to give someone a better option, but for them to take away, you can't tell people that vaping is safer and this and that. Well, I mean, I don't really give two shits what they got to say about that. Vaping saved my life. Not like because I quit smoking. It literally saved my life. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life when I got out of treatment.
Right.
And I would have told you I would have been trying not to sell drugs in a year. And luckily I found vaping, and a buddy asked me to make a mod. I wanted to make a Raptor mod, but I couldn't get the chip, so I went with the OKL. And I put a post on Juice Junkies, and people started throwing money at me from all over the world.
Nice.
My wife wasn't happy about it. She thought I was crazy. I took $1,000 from the last remodel job I did in early 2014 and started making mods and selling them as a business,
Yeah.
I knew that I felt good about doing this, and that was a change in my life and something I hadn't really experienced. I did get great fulfillment out of doing remodel work and things like that, but after getting exposed to recovery and helping people and getting involved in the church and things like that, what you realize is like you feel good when you're out of yourself and you're helping someone else, and that's what I really feel like vaping is to me. I may not be the one that is helping them quit, but
you're not the face of like the retailers like we do here.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I do is I make a product that people appreciate, and that probably means the most.
Yeah.
I've had loyal customers that have bought every single one. I have great shops like Luis here at this old vape shop. I showed up here 4 years ago with 5 ml sample pack little bottles of some juice that I was trying to sell with some printed labels and the whole nine. And
that was back when I thought I was king shit.
Well, he was polite, I'll tell you that much, but I said, watch this. I said, I promise you I'm not going to stop until I'm in this shop. I love this shop.
It only took you 2.5 years, but we did it.
yeah, man.
And it's done well. I mean, it's done well here. I mean, we could always sell more, but I mean,
I don't. If it doesn't sell, I wouldn't want you to sell it. Honestly, that's my whole thing. Is like, I'm not trying to push something. I have a hard time selling juice because I'm like, you don't like my product? Okay, I don't want you to sell something that you don't want to sell.
Right.
But when they take a chance on it and they see the residual and the customers that come back and request it,
that beast mode.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one.
That's the one that sells the most for us here.
Yeah, it's my favorite. No artificial sweeteners, and it just burns clean. And I've actually been stuck on it for the last 2.5, 3 years and can't seem to get away from it.
Really? You said that's all you vape most of the time?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. I'm willing to try other things, and I can do it, but I really taste the sweetener in them, you know, and that kind of has an effect on me.
I can appreciate a man who uses his own product.
Oh, of course.
You know,
of course.
because some people, you go up to their booth or
Yeah.
whatever and be like, "What are you vaping?" They're not even vaping the product
I'm
they're
vaping
selling.
a Juul.
Yeah, exactly.
Some
It's like, what
closed
the heck?
system salt nick.
Right, but here, buy my juice.
Right.
So you've been doing a lot of conventions. You're at least, it seems like you're on the uptick of doing conventions.
Yeah.
You've done a couple here in the States
Yeah.
as of probably like the last 6 months.
Yeah, I was featured in the Modders Gallery at NVE, the National Vape Expo out there in Connecticut.
Yeah.
We attended Showcase. I wasn't in the Modders Gallery, but I told myself next time you show up at a Showcase, you're going to be in the Modders Gallery. And sure enough, in September, I was asked to attend and display with the top in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I just got back from Ireland.
How was that?
Man, the culture and the people was amazing. You know, I showed up. The airlines had lost my bag, which was a whole other story because I came from Phoenix and had on shorts and a T-shirt.
Oh shit!
And it's 50 degrees and raining and all my gear. I walked in. My cell phone was not turned on international yet. I got in the rental car, and I drove to the closest thing that I recognized, which was a KFC. A Kentucky Fried Chicken in Dublin, Ireland.
Right.
And I walk in, and there's this little scrawny dude behind the counter, and I said, "You guys got any good vape shops in town?" And he said, "Oh, there's only one." And I said, "Which one's that?" He said, "Vintage Vapor Room." I said, and he was a trickster on their cloud team and everything.
Really?
It was just out of the blue. So I went down there and to Temple Bar and met some really quality people. I mean, literally give me the shirt, sweatshirt, hat, you know, get warm. Met some really quality people, Mark, Conor, Marcus. I hooked up with some guys from the States, the Coil Spill guys.
Yeah.
And the Nantucket guys, and man, we had a blast.
Yeah, it was a good time overall.
We had such a good time. The show wasn't a turnout, you know, but I sold everything I brought to sell, so
So that's all
pretty
that
much,
matters,
you know.
Right.
But
You had already sold out pretty much before you went, though, right?
yeah, I had to turn down some sales just for the simple fact that I had to have some, you know, show some respect that, you know, I got invited to this show to display for free, so
Right.
I wanted to honor that by displaying and releasing the boxes there.
Right.
I had a blast, man. I really did. I hooked up with some great guys and got to know Katie and Jeff and Matt from Elysian Labs and Serve Vapes real well. And
So the people at conventions here in the United States, are they the same people that are at the convention in Ireland? Like, do they look the same? Are they all?
I don't
doing
know.
the
There's
same
only
shit?
220 people that came through. So
No shit.
most of the people I was looking at were the industry people there.
So it was a super small show then.
It was a real small turnout.
So vaping's not that big there.
It's huge in the UK.
Right.
It's big in Ireland. I don't necessarily say it would be big, but in a city of Dublin that has, I think, 2 million people.
Right.
I want to say there was 10 vape shops on Maps or Yelp.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
My wife's gonna get mad though.
You should.
I know.
I'm going to be in Birmingham, England in October to do Vape Blast. Vape something. I got invited by an Irish distribution team, some good boys, to come and display with them and with Mr. Frosty and the rest of the UK crew. And man,
That is cool shit.
last one they had bumper cars inside
No
inside the convention.
Wow.
Bumper cars and something else. So
Do people actually use the bumper cars? 'Cause remember when they did Vape Dynasty the first time?
yeah.
Joel spent all that money on
And they
the,
had the
on
boxing.
the boxing ring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I talked to him, and he's like, "Dude, that did nothing for it. Like, we
Right.
thought it was going to create a place for people to hang out with together."
Whoops.
Well, look at that,
VG
dropping $240 mods, man.
VG wrestling. You want to draw a crowd at a vape show? VG
Wrestling.
Yeah,
men or women, it doesn't
right.
matter.
I'll wrestle Louise. Yeah.
Ooh, shirts off?
Yeah, we got to lose some weight though.
No,
first.
they would be totally best if we didn't lose weight.
I know, but true. But yeah, man, it's really nice to see kind of the shows coming back.
Right.
The first show I did out in San Antonio, it just seemed it was right before they announced the regulations and
Right.
doomsday, what people call it, and there was just kind of an ill feeling in it, and I hadn't really experienced a good show, even just attending as a customer or
Right.
a consumer, until Vape Showcase Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And man, the vibe and the community and just the overall spirit of that entire show, I really enjoyed it. You know?
Did the shop in Ireland look similar to shops you see here?
It was called Vintage Vape,
Yeah.
and like it literally
Looks like my store.
It did.
Yeah.
Real slimmer, much smaller, but
Yeah.
old wood floors, and
Right.
they're telling the story about this painting that's on the wall. Well, someone had put their head through it, so there's a split in it, and then two customers were in there going, "Oh, I swear to God, it's authentic." You could tell it's authentic. There's a rip in it. If it wasn't authentic, they'd get rid of it. But,
Right.
yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That seems, dude. I wish I could go to Ireland. That's like one of my dream places to go. I just want to see. Was it like super lush and green and everything?
Yeah. It was like Seattle. Well, I mean, it was just overcast, 50 degrees and raining.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I didn't really get a chance to do too much touring. We got to see some cool stuff. The architecture is stellar.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a million cathedrals there. There's one on every block. And Christ Church was built in like 1200 and spans 4 blocks.
Right.
It's just the architecture and the history is amazing.
Did any of it inspire any future designs? Maybe.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
It did. We're gonna have a new one. It's probably gonna be more geared to the UK and Europe due to the TPD standards that's going on over there. It was also an educational lesson on that. How the vape business runs over there, and with the 10 mil bottles primarily.
Right.
They're sold in packs of 3.
Really? So it's a 30 mil in a box.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
And or they're selling doublers. They're selling Nick shots and short fills. 50 mils in a 60 mil bottle, and you buy
the nick accordingly.
10 mils of just Nick.
Yeah. So then they just tax the nick, or are they taxing it at all?
Everything has a VAT tax, which I believe is 20%, maybe 15%. Don't quote me.
Right.
But everything has a VAT tax. Ireland does not.
Okay.
Ireland is a separate country. Northern Ireland is incorporated with the UK.
Okay.
But Ireland is a separate country.
It's sovereign.
They declared war in 1912 against Great Britain, and they said, "Screw you."
Yeah.
They use the euro there.
Right.
They don't use the pound. But it was a hell of an experience. I got to have some really cool conversations with people about everything,
Right.
about politics, about life, about the United States, about the presidency, about the royal family, even.
Right.
That they're not even English.
They're not even English.
They're German.
Really?
They had a really German last name until World War I. And then after
What are their last names?
Windsor now.
Oh, okay.
But it was something hardcore German.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just interesting. You find bits and pieces even of our history.
Right. They know it better than we do.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone I came across was very educated.
Yes.
Which was really cool. That you could sit and have an in-depth intellectual conversation with someone about anything.
It's not just.
They're very liberal over there.
Are they?
Yeah, it was really cool. They just kind of want to you go do your thing and be
Right.
left alone. The income tax was crazy.
Is it pretty high?
40% of
No
what
shit.
you make that you're paying.
So 40%. Shit, you're working all the way over to January, February, March, April, May, June before you actually start making any money there.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's nuts, man.
And healthcare is about the same.
Yeah.
I was in the city, which Ireland seemed like a pretty rural country, I would say. It's not very large. I think you can drive across the whole thing in about 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going back for the tour.
Were there lots of redheads there?
Dublin was probably the most culturally diverse place I've ever been.
No shit.
I would say close to like New York City. All I heard was different accents. I probably heard 6 to 7 different accents just standing on the stoop of this like brownstone that I was staying in.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really impressed.
So how long were you there for?
I was there for a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would have been cool to stay for 2.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I rented a car and I was gonna get in the car and go travel, but I showed up. They lost my bag.
Yeah.
So I had to hang out. I hung out in the city, and it was quite an adventure.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So are you going to be going to ECC?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna be displaying.
Yeah.
They're still talking about maybe displaying, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Max are going.
Nice.
We're actually leaving the shop in the hands of 2 strangers, and we'll see how that goes.
I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, not 2 strangers. It's just a vape shop, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
as long as they don't fuck it up. And
You got cameras.
yeah, I know. I got to figure out how to hook up the cameras and shit again. to my phone. I have
Right,
cameras.
right.
I just got to figure out how to hook them up to my phone again before we leave. We got to get on that, Max.
Yeah.
So that way I can watch these guys doing nothing while we're gone, and I'm paying for 4 people to be here.
Right.
And I'm in.
Well, I'm excited. Showcase in September is going to be a blast.
That's in Houston, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's in Houston, the 9th and 10th.
Uh-huh.
But what they're doing is they're going to have a vape show upstairs and a gun show on the bottom floor.
Oh, man.
And they're going to be going simultaneously.
That's
so,
crazy.
There's already a huge vendor list. I think there's 15 or 20 modders showing up,
Wow.
which is it's going to be the largest modders gallery to date.
That's the big thing that I think conventions miss out on, is having enough hardware and product for consumers to buy.
True.
I mean, even for business to business. Like, I wish we could go to a convention and boom, you talk to the smoke rep or you talk to a modder and say, hey, I want 10 of these.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, okay, I'll ship them out on Monday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I have them here, you can take them home with you.
Right.
That would be like ideal.
Well, you look at these guys that are like Michael Wittenberg that's doing the NVE, and he puts us up there for free.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact that there is no hardware manufacturer showing up to these things.
Right.
It's just juice, and the sad thing about making mods is you're not going to get rich off it. Selling juice, I mean, these guys, the juice money is crazy.
Right.
And when you really start making money off juice, it's crazy.
Right.
It's next to impossible unless you have China producing your product to actually make a good buck off modding.
Right. And that's what kind of sets you guys apart from everybody else, is because you guys are actually making them, and it's not China. So it's local, it's homegrown, United States kind of stuff, which is cool.
Yeah.
And granted, there's other modders from all over the country, but
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a big, I guess I was a big clone fan at one point. I was getting the Nemi clones for a long time, you know?
Yeah. We all were. I made
Yeah.
a fortune off selling Plumeville 1.5s before they came out. I sent one to Twisted 420, and he said, mention vaping with Twisted 420 and Conor will knock off 10%.
Right.
I think I sold 800 of them in October of 2014.
I think I'm in the wrong game opening up a shop, dude. Like, it seems like you can make a lot more money just kind of hustling the way you do. I don't know. Maybe
I don't
I'm
know,
wrong.
man. I don't know. It's a roller coaster. Man.
It is a roller coaster, but it feels like this year has been kind of it seemed like once the year was over, because even Adam and Aaron Saracola, I was talking with them, they said once like New Year's came, it just felt completely different. Like the whole mentality changed.
It did.
Throughout the whole industry.
I think there's a breath of life coming back into it. I think a lot of vapors and owners of these companies are survivors.
Right.
I think there's a lot of quitters in this industry too.
Yeah.
And
I wish there was more.
I know. We might see all those quitters come back next week because, I watched a lot of companies just blow out cheap juice and
right.
Just try to hang it up, and a lot of people did hang it up.
Yeah.
I even thought about it. I went and took a remodel job. I
remember.
Went and did a remodel job because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this.
Yeah.
You know?
And it was just so overwhelming, dude. Like, August through January was just like, fuck, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Yeah. I really hope that the industry can get over the bitterness right now. People are really, you know, looking at other people and using them as scapegoats or the targets of their anger, what they're doing.
Right.
Which is a little concerning to me. You know, the one thing that I've really enjoyed about this business and this industry that we're in is a lot of people come from a place of love. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, you got problems anywhere else, but a lot of people, you know, you meet someone and they're genuinely happy and try this and
Right.
interact. You know, I try to come from a place of love.
Right.
You know, and I think that helps. I
think it's good to kind of like keep that in the back of your head all the time, because I think a lot of us really started with nothing and growing, you know, very rapidly. And I honestly don't think there's going to be another industry for a long time that does the kind of growth that we had initially.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was definitely a big boom.
Yeah.
But a lot of us, and I'll include myself in this, there was a time when we were killing it. This door was opening nonstop 50, 60, 70 times a day. And I was a cocky little fuck about it, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was hot shit,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But then reality hits, and it's just like, shit, it's not always going to be like that, you know.
Yeah. You know.
So,
You
but
just
I
gotta
think
be-
there's still people in the industry that are kind of like upper echelon, you know.
Oh, hell yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
come near me with that, you
Well,
know.
good for them.
Right.
I want to be next to you, please.
Right,
But I'll still meet and greet. But, you know, show me some of that fuck you money.
Right. Right? No shit. And some of those guys got it, dude. It's juice makers. You can
dude.
imagine, and I always say this, you imagine being Space Jam, bro, in the beginning.
Oh, man.
That would be nuts. Nuts.
I don't know what they did with it all.
Right,
you
right.
know. Actually, I did see that. Is it Space Jam that's sold at Circle K these days?
Yeah, we don't talk about that because I saw Space Jam.
Yeah. But it's not the good kind. It's
No.
only the 50-50
Yes.
blend for your starter kits.
Right, right. And only 15 ml bottles, so.
Oh, 15 mil. Yeah.
So yeah, man, and that's it. What do you think about that? Like, okay, so we got another 5 years, right? With these regulations, they're saying everything stops August 8th, so they're gonna ramp up. Supposedly, they're gonna ramp up manufacturing standards, and then also making sure that stuff after August 8th doesn't continue to stay on the market, right?
I'd like to see where they're going to get the funding for that, to be honest.
Right.
I find it hard, even now that they're pushing this back. I think they're going for much more reasonable regulations and restrictions for us.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're really going to get down to the point of enforcing it. I guess this is wishful thinking, but I think it's going to go more of the TPD standards, and also how Indiana's doing it. You know, it's pretty simple for Indiana.
Yeah.
Your lab has to be licensed with the state.
Yeah.
You know, there's no testing. There's nothing of that. But you need to make a quality product.
Right.
And what that eliminates is people mixing it at home or behind the counter.
Right.
You know,
So you can't. So somebody does check the labs, though, right? In Indiana, or no?
I don't believe so.
So you technically could still have a lab in your home as long as you register it.
I think it has to be registered to an actual business, though.
Okay, so it's got to be a commercial site.
I believe it has to be a commercial
Yeah.
site. I didn't do it. I don't know anything about it.
Right, yeah, we're
I
not
stepped
there.
away from
I
all
guess
that
Adam
stuff.
and Aaron would probably know better.
Yeah.
Because you guys were in Indiana for a while.
David Chargaloff would, you know, because he went through it. He's the one with the license. Shout out to Elixir Labs.
Elixir Labs.
Elixir Labs, making the finest e-juice in the valley.
Right now, man. Yeah, they make mums, they make 45 Red,
Cream, Dr. Drip.
Dr. Drip, that guy. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
I did see him. He has a booth at ECC. He's doing
does he
ECC.
really? Good.
Yeah, I think he'll do well there.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope he kills it,
You
man.
just got to get some young girl to work the counter for him.
I know.
You know?
Especially at ECC, because
Us old guys, dude, at the booth, it's
Oh.
like, doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
This isn't the old days of vaping. You you know.
It's something.
So
They're not. I don't know, man. I went to EC last year. It was interesting. I hope.
that was the outdoor one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
This one is the one in Pomona that's in the same complex as.
No, it's not in Pomona. It's in Ontario. So 2 years ago.
Not the one that you had a booth, right?
Right, the one before that. Yeah.
Okay.
The nice one.
Yeah, my
the
favorite one.
Yeah, that was my favorite one too because I was in the hotel right across the street.
Yeah.
So I could literally like, I'm not
Yeah.
okay,
Well,
bounce out.
I'll be there. You can see me. I'll have a backpack though,
You're a backpack
full of
vendor.
mods.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is at that one, man. So I'm excited
Cool.
about it. That's why I was like, I told Max, I said, you know what, dude, let's fucking go, dude. You know.
Yeah.
So.
What are we doing for the fight?
Ooh, I've already contacted a couple bars. They have not responded back to me yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause we might have to just throw a little shindig or something if we're not going to go to Vegas. And
No, are you crazy, dude? I wouldn't go to Vegas. You imagine the rates of the rooms that night?
yeah.
That's horrible. No. No, that's why I bought the damn tickets to ECC so early because I figured.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've contacted a couple bars. It would be kind of cool if we could buy a bar.
How about we get a Airbnb, a big ass Airbnb, and use their cable
That would be cool
with a projector
with the projector.
outside.
Well, I already have my hotel though,
Oh, okay.
and it's right across the street from the convention center.
Yeah. Well, let's put a projector in your hotel.
And how do we connect to the internet? Or how do we connect to...
Well, that's a good question.
Right.
I guess I'm fresh out of ideas.
We'll see. So we're trying to find a bar in Ontario, California that's going to play the Conor McGregor-Mayweather fight. So if you're watching and you hear this and you know somebody who has a bar out there that's going to be having it, let me know because I will bring me and at least 2 other people.
Yes.
So you are going to go then now? You've made the decision?
Yeah, I'm going to go. I don't plan on vending or anything like that, but I haven't missed a ECC for
Right.
years. I have a blast here.
Yeah, it's fun.
I actually like going with just a backpacker by myself because I actually get to get around and see people that I probably wouldn't see because they're doing the same thing I'd be doing. They're working their ass off.
Nothing's worse than being stuck in one spot all
Yeah.
damn day at a convention.
Yeah.
I do not enjoy that. It's
Yeah.
not fun time.
No, and I enjoy. I enjoyed Ireland. I actually displayed with the DRS crew, the Dead Rabbit Society out of Dublin, and sold. And just to watch those boys hustle at that convention, they were by far the busiest booth.
Yeah.
And we're selling.
Yeah.
And I admire that,
That's cool.
because there's something to be said about drive and hustle and sticking to it. You're never going to get anywhere if you don't put the work in.
Right.
You can't expect somebody else to do it. You won't feel good about it.
Right.
And 2, you probably won't get there. I used to be a big time dreamer, and thinking and talking and. What I discovered was if you didn't work your ass off, you wouldn't get it.
Right.
And that's just it.
Yeah.
So
So having an investor makes it nice.
it does.
Yeah, somebody to kind of back you up financially and
Damn right.
manage the books and shit.
Yep.
You can focus on manufacturing.
Yep.
You can focus on going to conventions and selling your shit.
Yeah. I said, Rex, let's buy a Ford Transit van and put somebody in it and tell them to drive across the country selling
That's
juice.
Kyle.
Yep.
Yeah, Kyle used to
What?
work here. We did a couple videos ago. He was here.
Shout out to Kyle Adolph in Tennessee, out there hustling cream and Mum's Elixir for all of us.
Yep. He's working hard out there, man.
He's killing it.
Yeah, he's
He's
doing
fucking
good, dude.
killing it, dude.
It's really changed him as a man.
It has.
Yeah,
It has.
because he was very timid, very lacked a lot of confidence. Good-looking kid,
Yeah.
super talented,
Yeah.
but just lacked confidence. Friendly,
true.
good kid. But having him go out on the road is probably the best thing I think has ever happened to him.
It's great. He's getting validation and recognition for the products that he created.
And I'm sure he's getting a lot of rejection too, which is hard to deal with. But when you
Yes.
get it over and over, it makes it easier to understand.
Right.
Hey, it's just
Right.
it's part of it. I got to go to the next one.
I think he's really understanding the business aspect
Right.
of this industry now too.
Yeah,
which is cool. And he's having the time of his life, traveling, meeting new connections, and putting deals together. And man, there's something to be said about having someone out there selling the juice that he created,
Right.
and my products as well, and he's passionate about it.
Yeah.
You know, because that sells. You know, when you dig your own products, and I mean everybody should, but just like Luis mentioned earlier, you go to a trade show, you go to a vape show, and you go, hey, what are you vaping? Well, I'm vaping a Juul, you know.
Right.
But you're selling juice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
You don't represent your own shit.
Yeah.
You have to.
Mums or die.
Mums are die.
Beast mode.
That beast mode in that grape. What's it called? Harambe.
Harambe.
Yep.
Yeah. I know. I should probably release that as a box set or something.
Pretty soon.
It is. Well, I mean, everybody's mixing it. you
Right,
know?
right.
And it's just kind of taken off on its own. I wonder, I'm sure I couldn't probably mix them together and just sell them. So maybe I'll do a box set or something.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Little box set with a 60 mil or 30 mil unicorn in there or something.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Maybe some cool graphics on the outside.
I see you changed your labels.
I did. We did a full on
Let me see those bottles. Give me one of his bottles, his new labels. One of each, actually, that I have.
We went ahead and Rex put the money up to the rebranding, and he's doing his marketing and
these are the new labels. You guys can see them. That's the Mum's Grape, and then this one here is the Beast Mode. Now, what's in Beast Mode again?
Cantaloupe, papaya, pomegranate.
Cantaloupe, papaya, pomegranate. You know what I literally tell 90% of the people that come in here?
What?
I have no clue. It's victory in a bottle. That's what I'm told.
Yes. Well, that's what Leal says. You don't know what you like? Oh, here, try Beast Mode.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have Beast Mode.
You don't know what you want? Here, try Beast Mode.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Yeah.
It's just like if somebody's having a tough time finding something here in the shop, I can literally throw Beast Mode at them, and they like it.
Yeah, that's great. It's one of those flavors, you either like it or you don't. You know?
It's. I'll tell you, personally, it's not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm a big wheelies. I'm a dessert person.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So, for me, it's completely different than my palate. I could vape it for a little while. I probably couldn't vape it for a long time, but I have tons of customers who have different palate than I do.
Of course.
And they love the shit out of it.
Of course.
It's just,
Thank you.
they sell it, they buy it 2-3 bottles at a time. It boggles my mind how well it sells sometimes.
Because you don't like it.
Because I don't like it. Because everything here, dude, like, I'm very picky with what I pick
know.
up. And that's why it took so long to get you in here, because I'm super picky. And my customer base, in my mind, it's like I'm cooking, right? So, like, I want to put out something that tastes good to my palate.
Of course.
So a lot of my customers have very similar palates to me, and so Beast Mode was one off for me, and then boom, brought it in, and lo and behold, it's exciting.
Just since we've been talking,
Nice.
I got a modders feature in DAV today.
Nice.
So the addition to the groups have been crazy. Shout out to DAV. They are like the Switzerland of vape groups. They don't take sides. All they want to see is hot, authentic gear. And if you do right in the industry, they will support you.
That's cool. I'm not, I don't know much about them. I see their hats everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a group. It's
just a Facebook group that's ran real well between them putting buys with modders together or juice buys or just answering questions.
Right.
They do a happy birthday shout out every day to the people that are in the group.
Who have birthdays.
I think that's amazing.
That's kind of cool.
I wish I had the time and to focus that much on it. I really appreciate them. They've done well for me, and it's always a good vibe in there. Yeah,
we got a few groups here in Phoenix. They're kind of hit and miss.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah. Something. Yeah. I mean, sure.
Exactly.
Start a local one too, but
right.
The local one. I like the local groups around here. A couple of buddies are admins there.
Right. Eli Casco.
No, not anymore.
No, not anymore, right? He doesn't live here.
He took his happy ass to Oregon.
Dude, he is having a blast up there.
I know.
Good for him.
I know.
I'm kind of jealous.
I'm very jealous of him.
Yeah.
He's
going to run out of money soon, though. He better get a job.
Nah, I don't think so.
Or better find a distributor.
I know. Something. Yeah. 2-pounder, bro.
Right? That 2-pounder.
That 4-pound. When's 4-pounder coming out?
4-pounder. Pretty soon. They're probably gonna have another kid probably one day.
I know. Good for he's.
I don't know.
He's living
I don't
the
think
dream,
they're pregnant
though.
right now. I'm just saying.
No. Yeah, but he's living the dream.
He is, man. He moved back.
He worked his ass off, and I know he saved a fuck ton of cash from all his new method sales.
Yeah.
And good for him, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm happy, man. Anybody that can afford to do what they want to do and go where they want to go, I think is amazing. You know. Yeah. And he's grateful.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he's
a solid dude.
You were talking about recovery before, and I know I've talked to other people on here talking about recovery, but he's kind of gone through the same stuff too, you know?
Definitely.
It's amazing, like, how many people in vape are going through recovery, or had gone through recovery at one point.
Yeah.
And they kind of saw this thing, they had like a new lease on life, and like, boom, there's something we can do that we like.
Right.
And it's really changed their lives, so there's a lot of people in it that are...
Yeah, I no longer claim to be in recovery out of the simple fact of the respect for the program.
Right.
I really do value what it did for me, and
Right.
it changed my life, and it gave me principles and to live by. But I wouldn't disrespect. I'm not using the drug of my choice or the drug I had a problem with,
Right.
But I don't consider myself in recovery.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Told me either, but
I know. I'm having a blast.
I'm a week off of beer again, though.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I freaked myself out Sunday. I drank all day Sunday here.
Did you step on a scale afterward?
No, it wasn't even the scale, dude. I felt horrible. Like
Next
I
day.
have not felt that way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
Getting too old for it.
Too old for it, and it just it scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I mean, it was weird. It was fucking scary to me. What's that?
Oh God, you're getting old.
I know I'm getting old, dude. I've got a 20-year-old.
I know.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
he's in college.
I know. I got 2 little ones.
Yeah, how they doing?
They're doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're hanging in there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's get a little bit into this new box you've created. What's it called?
It's called the Plug.
It's a beautiful little box.
Yeah, it's milled out of a solid piece of G10, which is a composite material. They use it for surfboard fins, gun handles, knife handles, insulators and machining parts.
Yeah.
But it has the rigidity of aluminum.
Yeah, it feels really nice in the hand.
Yeah. It's basically a real fine linen or net material that has epoxy resin through it. Army helmets are made out of this.
Okay.
It's just a really tough
That's
material.
that feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. So I brought a few of them. I have them in about, I think, 7 or 8 colors. Black is by far the most popular.
And they're not quite available yet. Like,
we're doing quick strikes, little lists right now. We're trying to gear up for showcase.
right.
We really want to show up for showcase and bring as much product as we can.
Yeah. Now, what's special about these? Like, you know, there's a million mods out there.
A million mods. Well, this is most are 3D printed, and this is actually put on a lathe, a CNC mill, and a bit goes around, and we'll carve out this entire box.
Yeah.
I put 2 sets of doors on, or a set of doors, I should say. Most people put 1. I just thought it would kind of be cool for them to match,
right,
as well as texture and color.
And also set you up for selling different colors too in the future.
Of course, accessories,
which is
man.
awesome.
Accessorizing.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. You know, people buy 1 mod. People buy 4 sets of doors.
Right.
We're using SVA 510s that I went and had all the brass silver plated. And then we're using .999 22 gauge pure silver strips for the contacts, which we're punching and dimpling. And it's just a mechanical switch.
Now, what type of mod is this?
This is a squonk mod.
Explain that to those of us. Oh, I know what it means.
A mechanical squonk.
A
mechanical squonk holds a bottle of juice,
right,
and a battery, and runs a regular rebuildable atomizer with a bottom feeder pin.
Okay.
It's not a tank. It's kind of, I would say, a hybrid. When you run out of juice, you push the bulb, and it pushes it up through a pin into the atomizer where it wets the cotton, and then the excess is sucked back down into the bottle.
Okay.
Which creates great flavor, massive vapor. But I really think this is an even medium for those people that really want the flavor and weren't getting the heat from a tank.
Right.
So you're getting your flavor and your warmth.
And it takes a single 18650.
This one takes a single 18650. We do have a 2700 coming out.
Oh, really?
Soon.
Wow.
Oh, did I? Yeah.
Did you just release that news?
I just released the news live.
Here?
Yep.
Dang,
yeah.
That's crazy, man.
There'll be a 2700 coming out, 5 millimeters taller, 2 millimeters wider. So.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that should be exciting.
That's a little bit out, though, right? Yes.
Yeah, it's not going to be available for sale for probably. I think
still in the prototype stage.
Yeah. It's been designed. It hasn't been cut. We'll probably release it in Birmingham, in the UK.
Nice, man. Yeah. That's cool shit, dude. Yeah, I love the feel of it, dude. Like, I didn't expect it to feel this way. I was actually expecting like a 3D print feel, and it feels like smooth to the hand here, and then the grippy doors obviously make it really nice, and it's got the little plug logo there. Yeah,
well, I mean, I was trying to come up with a name, and actually really what I was trying to do was come up with a way to hold the contact in. All the 3D printed boxes have a little tab that is grown outside of it. But to do that, to get that sliver or slit around it, I don't have a sturdy tool that was long enough in order to make that slot. So what I did was, let's see if I can get this one out.
Ooh, you're scaring me.
So I created a little plug that goes in here.
Don't show too much, man. You might get China cloning this shit.
Yeah. Everybody who's bitching about being cloned by China, I'm sorry, but that's when you know you made it.
Right.
And if you think it's really hurting your sales, I'm sorry. Because if your shit was readily available, it would be selling. I promise you.
Right.
If you could go get an SVA, I'm just using SVA. I respect the guys. I really love their products. But if you could go get an SVA DNA 75 squonk today, people would buy them.
Right.
You wouldn't have it. They wouldn't be cloning you.
Right.
You know.
It's the same thing with the billet box.
Billet box as well.
Yeah.
Well. It's a complete supply and demand. I honestly think it'd be an honor to be cloned, you know.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
Well, make them work for it. Don't give them all the details.
Right. This is the plug.
Nice.
Well, from my experience and what I witnessed with China's work on the G10 on the billet box panels, I think I'm going to be all right.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
So that's the plug. So what is
So this is a stainless steel contact,
right?
Or not stainless, sterling silver. Excuse me. That goes in, and to hold that into place, like the regular 3D printed, we have this little Lego-looking plug type deal.
Oh, so the name actually goes along with something that it actually happens inside the mod.
Correct.
And that just holds that little metal piece in there. So you're not screwing it in, you're not gluing it in.
So when you go in there and you bang out your battery, you know, or the bottle, you're not losing your contact and it's going flying.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I really like the little plug. I don't know if you can see it there. It actually looks like a plug. I was like, damn, that's pretty creative when I first saw it.
Yeah.
But no, that's great, dude.
Thank you.
That is awesome. And the button feels really nice too. That's what was the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, there will be more tension on it when there's a bottle in there.
Right.
But you know, I have a little bit of experience in this, and I really got into the bolt. I really like the bolt squonker.
Right.
And made some doors for that. But I see inspiration in everything and playing with everything. But I wanted to be different.
Right.
I didn't want to look the same. And that's what I tried to accomplish with this. You know, there's a little curvature. You're not going to pick that up, but the panels have a curvature to them.
Right.
And two of them that match. And so far we've been, you know, getting good reviews.
You know, I've looked. Max has brought in multiple squonks and stuff, and I'm not sure I get it because I'm a mech guy and I like the baby beast. Like it's the simplicity of it all has really got to me,
Right.
you know. But Max is a really kind of.
You are an old vapor.
I'm an old vapor, bro.
You're an old
I'm
vapor.
traditional. I'm gonna go to the Max. I mean.
You're like sub tank old vapor.
Oh man, am I that guy? I need like little belt loops and stuff.
No,
and like
not
3 or
that
4
old.
mods there.
Not that old. But definitely.
But Max has brought in some different squonks, and he's always fiddling with them, messing with them. And then you read online, you know, in the groups that, you know, something's not making contact right or whatever. But looking at the insides here, I mean, all this shit looks solid, dude. Like,
Thank you.
You don't see that brass.
Nope, there's no brass left.
You know.
It's all been plated.
Yeah, and that's great because silver
Yeah.
contacts are awesome. Like, I wish I had a silver plate. You have a silver plater?
No, we sent it off to a jeweler. We got a jeweler.
I know. I need a
He's a
silver plater.
gunsmith jeweler guy that Rex actually met at a gun show. And he's doing it for us. He's doing a great job and quick turnaround.
Yeah, I need a silver plater because all my contacts from all my old Kings and stuff, all the silver platings wore off, and I'm down to the
rhodium.
Well, where do I get a rhodium plater from?
If you just give me the stuff, or I can send it to him.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he'll silver plate
right on.
for you. Yep.
That's cool shit, dude. So, do you have any of these available still? Or are you kind of on a waiting list if you want them? Where can they get them?
Your Mom's Vapes group on Facebook.
Yeah.
You can get them. I do quick strikes, raffles, and a small list right now I'll be doing over the weekend before Showcase. I want to gear up. I want to have 50 mods for Showcase.
Right.
Whether I sell 50 or not, who knows? I may
When are
sell
you going
less.
to allow some people to sell them here in Phoenix?
After Showcase.
After Showcase?
After Showcase.
Okay.
I will have the inventory, and we'll be wholesaling to a few select.
Okay. Well, hopefully, let me know. Hopefully, we're
You're
select.
Good. You're select. I love this guy.
You know, we're not going to sell a ton of them, but,
I
you know, it'll be cool to just have them in here.
It is.
Were we, before us, did you have your mod in any other shops? The SX350?
Liquid
Vape? They had it before us?
Yep.
Bullshit.
I know. And a few shops back east.
Yeah.
In Ohio and Idaho and I don't know. Quite a few.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I actually have 2 of your mods. My son has one now. When he turned 18.
Do they still work?
Yeah. Both of them
yeah.
still work, dude.
Hell yeah.
I have the green one that you engraved on it. It's beautiful. I had you match it to the color of my car as close as we could. Like if I stand 15 feet away from the car, it matches. But if I put it right next to it, it doesn't. But we didn't do an exact color match, so I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
But if I'm driving in it and I drive by somebody fast or they drive by me fast, it looks exactly the same. Like, oh shit, look at that cool ass car.
Yeah.
And then look at that cool ass mod. But that's cool, man. You've been doing a lot of different stuff, dude. I've watched you grow into the businessman that you are now. And it's amazing, dude, like to see. Like, you talk about that first time you came in all honesty, life was just such a blur to me at that time. I don't exactly remember that point.
Oh,
you know?
I didn't expect you to.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean, because we had, at that time, dude, everybody was coming in. Like, here, carry my juice.
I was paying $17 for 15 mil of Mr.
Good Vape, dude. Isn't that horrible? Oh, my gosh.
It was so good, though.
It was.
It was.
That moon sugar, bro.
Yeah, at that time, it was so good.
And then they messed it up somehow. I don't know what the hell they did.
I quit buying juice after that, and I started making my own.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And none of your stuff tastes like Mr. Good Vape.
Nope. Nope. Thankfully. I don't know how well it's doing anymore. Shout out to all those dead juice labels.
Well, I have a feeling some of those guys are going to be coming back here if they start regulating
They never
shit.
left.
Yeah, that's true.
Please believe they have 6 other juice lines that you still buy today.
Yeah, I believe
But
that.
shout out to all those old dinosaurs that shriveled up and disappeared. Thank you for making way for the new guys.
But that's vape, though, man. It's constant. It's a constant change.
It is.
You know?
It is. I just hope to be relevant in 6 months.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's really the biggest thing.
It's been the story of my life for the last 4 years. I just hope to be relevant in 6 months.
Relevant for a little bit, disappear, relevant again. I guess that's kind of the trick, is getting yourself relevant again. Yeah. I know that's how I think about it here in the shop. It's like, how do I get my name in everybody's goddamn mouth again?
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
But it's a tough task to be able to do that.
It is. It is. And, I mean...
You being able to create new products makes it nice. For us, it's like we have to buy new products. And new juices and whatnot.
Right. Or spend money on parties or things like that.
I don't like doing that so much.
I don't blame you. I just like to come here and hang out, honestly.
That is fun.
This is my favorite shop to come and hang out.
It's cool when we actually get to do it.
Yeah.
You know, especially when all the
Fire Pit. Shout out to Fire Pit Fridays
Fire Pit
at
Fridays.
this old vape shop.
Gonna be starting probably late October, early November, guys.
Yes.
So
It's a
that'll be
must
cool.
see. Come by, hang out. You guys are ever in the Phoenix area, come by on a Friday night here. It's a good time.
Yeah, just not Friday during the summer because there's no fire pit because it's 115,000 degrees outside.
We're going to have Igloo Friday in the month of July next year.
Snow cone Saturdays.
Snow cone Saturdays.
That may happen.
Yes. I'll invest in a snow cone machine.
Hell
I would.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Snow
down.
cone Saturdays at this old vape shop.
Then we're going to have to hire somebody to run it, though.
Hot chicks.
Hot chicks would be cool. My wife won't like that, though.
Hey.
She doesn't come up here, though.
I'll just be quiet now. Before I say something stupid and get me in trouble.
Right. Right.
Shout out to all the hot wives out there.
Right. All right.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. What are you drinking there?
Apple juice.
Apple juice. That's awesome. Well, shit, yeah, man. I'm excited. Let me see some of your panels, dude. Like the panels you made for the billet.
This is just a diamond pattern on some Hunter Orange.
Yeah.
All our billet box panels are the same specs as the stock, and I guess that's how we've really kind of got recognition in the high-end game,
right?
Or more recognition in the industry.
Because you didn't come off as a cloner, you came off as creating a new product that hadn't even been created yet.
Well, the billet box guy said, I love innovation. I love seeing people make panels for it.
Right.
Just said, all right, I'm going to show you.
Well, that's how it is in China. I don't know if you watched there's a documentary called Shenzhen on YouTube or Netflix. Probably YouTube. It's like 56 minutes long, dude. And everything in Shenzhen, dude, is pretty much open source, right? You create something, you manufacture it, you put it out, and the moment you put it out and it sells, you release it open source. And the people there say that they actually prefer it that way, that somebody else take their idea and they make it better. And then they modify their own product to match what the person did to make their product better.
Interesting.
But they create that initial brand,
and that's
that
on
initial
Netflix?
name. It might be on YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, Secret City of Shenzhen or something like that, dude.
Okay.
It was really cool. I was just amazed. I mean, they can literally take an idea, dude, that would take 5 years to come up with because everything's so centralized in Shenzhen. They can take an idea from drawings to boxing and shipping in 3 months.
Right.
That is crazy.
They have built a hell of a system over there, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't knock them.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're hustlers.
yeah, I've dealt with them for years.
Yeah.
Anybody in this industry that says they haven't dealt with China
Is lying.
is lying.
Or not making money.
or don't know how to make money because
Right.
they make they make original products as well.
Right.
And I'm not going to knock that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go out today where I'm at in a business sense. I would not go and buy clones to sell. It's just my principle.
Right.
You know, I don't want to see a profit off somebody else's idea.
Right.
But as a modder myself, you can't get mad.
Yeah.
You can't get mad.
Yeah.
If they want to clone your product, that means you're doing something wrong. Or maybe you're doing something right. Maybe you want to be cloned.
Right.
But if you're making a product and China decides to clone you, I wouldn't get mad about it.
Right.
I mean, the people who are buying those products probably would have never seen your product in real life. Never even seen it, let alone owned one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, that's cool stuff, man. Yeah. All right, so you got Vape Showcase in Houston coming up in September.
Correct.
And you're going to go hang out at ECC with us.
Yep. That's August, right?
That's August, yeah, late August.
Okay.
I think it's like the 27th, 28th or something like that.
Perfect.
So that'll be fun.
And then Birmingham, England in October. I believe that's the 19th.
Wow.
And then the NBE show, Mobile and Connecticut again.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. Awesome. So you don't have a website. You just have your Facebook group, Your Mom's Vape.
We have Mums FF, mumsfantasyfactory.com. Right now we just have billet box panels on there.
Okay.
All Mums Elixir is available for purchase through mountbakervapor.com or juicerack.com.
Or at this old vape shop.
Or you could buy some in person at this old vape shop. Yeah. I bet you if you called Luis, he might even put it in the mail for you.
I don't know, dude. We suck at mailing stuff. We suck at mailing stuff.
Yeah.
We're the worst at it.
Well, if Luis knows you and he likes you, he'll put it in the mail.
I might deliver it to you. I've been known to do it once or twice.
Uber
the
delivery.
juice to you, right? Juber. Call it Juber.
There you go. There you go. Ain't not bad.
I don't know. Matt Berger might not like that one.
Matt Berger might invent that one. Come
right,
on,
right. It's already in the works. He's
Matt Berger
how'd they find out?
Matt Berger is the biggest hustler around here.
Right.
I value his work ethic and his vision. I really do. I really do.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Yeah. I like hanging out with him. He was the one we did the first show with.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's where I stole the name from, Kings of Vape Town. Because he used to call himself King of Vape Town.
Yeah.
Back when he thought he was King of Vape Town.
He had a drive-through window. I mean, for e-liquid.
Where was that at?
The Glendale one. I heard.
Oh, no, that didn't have a drive-through.
It didn't have a... No?
No, that would have been cool, but no, he didn't.
No. Oh.
That was just a small little itty-bitty shop. That was...
was it?
Shit, that was when I opened up. He opened up the Glendale store. And it was literally like the retail space was probably the front 6 feet of my shop. And then the back was all laboratory and then wholesale stuff. Steve Johnson was working there at the time.
Okay.
And I remember because...
Shout out to Steve Johnson, another big-time hustler here in the Valley.
Dude, the hustler.
You gotta give it to him.
I think he's the only guy making real money.
Yeah, I believe it. I know it ain't me.
Right.
I know I'm not the one making real money.
Right. That guy's got his hand in everything.
Yeah.
But he's a good dude, man. Like advocacy-wise, him and Danae, dude.
He shows up.
Yeah, he shows up and he does the legwork to make sure our industry stays around.
Damn right.
Which is cool, and I really appreciate that of them. I'll probably have him on here pretty soon too, just to kind of talk to him because there's a lot of history in between him and I. See you later, Adam. But yeah, him and I have a great history together, working together. We are also business partners in another business right now. True. So I love the shit out of him. He's always been helpful. Huge resource, dude. Huge resource. Any kind of information you need, whatever, it doesn't matter. You want to fucking find out about poodles, he's going to give you the lowdown on poodles.
Nice. Nice.
So, well, right on, dude. Well, Conor, I appreciate you coming out this week to be on Kings of Vape Town with us here at this old vape shop. I really like your boxes, dude. I'm excited to get them here into the shop, hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah.
And hopefully first. That would be really cool. But if not, I understand.
I'll get you a couple.
So, yeah, give me a couple.
We just actually had a new machinist start. And so
nice.
Production is going to increase twofold. And this is just like anything else in this industry. If you don't get on it while it's hot and be able to produce for the people that want it,
right,
you're going to disappear. And that was my whole goal with this. I didn't want to be an elitist. I didn't want to be some niche thing that you had to know somebody to get it. I want to make enough products for everybody.
Right. That's good, man.
And that's my business model.
So. I can appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, right on, guys. We're going to close out this show. We're a little bit over an hour now. It sounds like there's a flash flood coming.
Yep.
And that hurt my ears. And sorry about that at home, guys. Anyways, my name is Luis.
I'm Conor.
And we'll see you next time on Kings of Vape Town at this old vape shop. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
All right, I got to press this button now. Oh, see, I told you. I had to reach it. My belly's in the way. Deuces.